Jungkook, the youngest member of BTS, was standing on the set of an American music magazine cover that millions would soon see. But what no one outside that room knew yet was how much this moment meant, not just for him, but for the global music industry itself. At first glance, it looked like another iconic cover shoot. Perfect lighting, carefully chosen wardrobe, a global superstar doing what global superstars do. But beneath the polished surface, there was a deeper story unfolding, a story years in the making, powered by relentless dedication, cultural shifts, and a voice that crossed oceans before it ever crossed magazine stands in the United States. Long before Jungkook became a name recognized far beyond K-pop fandoms, he was a trainee with a quiet intensity and an almost unsettling work ethic. While others slept, he practiced. While trends came and went, he refined his craft. And while the world debated whether Korean artists could truly break into the American music mainstream, Jungkook was already preparing, unknowingly, for this exact moment. The announcement that Jungkook would appear on the cover of one of America's leading music magazines didn't just ripple through social media. It detonated. Fans around the world, ARMY, as they proudly call themselves, recognized the weight of it instantly. This wasn't just another feature. This was a signal, a recognition, a statement that the global center of pop culture was no longer confined by language or geography. Yet what made this moment truly powerful wasn't the fame. It was the timing. Jungkook didn't arrive here during BTS's explosive early rise, nor at the peak of stadium tours and chart-topping group releases. This cover came at a crossroads, when Jungkook was stepping further into his solo identity, carrying both the freedom and pressure that comes with standing alone after changing the world as part of a group. As the interview began, insiders noticed something unexpected. He wasn't trying to prove anything. There was no desperation, no performance for approval. Instead, Jungkook spoke with calm clarity about music as a craft, not a trophy. About growth, about fear, about the responsibility of being seen by millions who project their dreams onto him. Then came the twist, quiet, but unforgettable. When asked about success in America, Jungkook paused. Not the kind of pause used for dramatic effect, but the kind that comes when someone is choosing honesty over polish. He talked about loneliness at the top, about the strange feeling of being everywhere and nowhere at once. He admitted that global fame doesn't silence doubt, it amplifies it. And in that moment, the cover story stopped being about a K-pop idol breaking barriers and became something far more human. An artist learning how to carry the weight of his own voice. That vulnerability is what transformed the feature into a cultural moment. Readers didn't just see Jungkook the performer. They saw Jungkook the artist, someone shaped by years of discipline, sacrifice, and global expectation, yet still searching for meaning beyond charts and accolades. The magazine didn't frame him as a trend or an exception. It framed him as part of the future of music itself, and that's why this cover matters. For decades, American music magazines defined who belonged at the center of pop culture. This time, the center shifted. Not loudly, not forcefully, but undeniably. Jungkook's presence on that cover reflected a world where K-pop is no longer crossing over, but simply existing, confidently, on equal ground. As the issue hit newsstands and digital platforms, reactions poured in. Fans dissected every line of the interview. Industry voices praised the artistry. New listeners, drawn in by curiosity, pressed play for the first time and stayed. Engagement soared not because of hype, but because the story resonated. This wasn't about chasing the American dream. It was about redefining it. And maybe that's the most compelling part of all. Jungkook didn't change who he was to fit the cover. The cover changed to reflect who he already was. The magazine circulates across the country and beyond. One question lingers in the air. If this is where Jungkook stands now, quietly reshaping expectations, what comes next?